and we can't let that happen.
Biden earlier said there's no doubt he will win once the counting is done, and urged patience.
I ask everyone to stay calm. I urge people to stay calm. The process is working.
It could take several more days for the vote count to end and a clear winner to emerge. Sagar Megan, Washington.
Meanwhile, a 10-campaign legal effort in Nevada is over. AP correspondent Mike Gracia.
The Trump campaign and Nevada Republicans have given up on a bid to stop the count of mail ballots in Las Vegas. A document has been submitted in an appeal before the Nevada Supreme Court. It says the Trump campaign, state GOP, Democrats, and attorneys for the state have reached a settlement. The settlement requires Clark County election officials to supply additional observation access at a ballot processing facility in Las Vegas. Las Vegas and surrounding Clark County are a Democratic stronghold in an otherwise red GOP state. I'm Mike Gracia.
The rain-heavy remnants of Hurricane Eta have flooded homes from Panama to Guatemala as the death toll across Central America rose to at least 57. And 8 organizations warned the flooding and mudslides were creating a slow-moving humanitarian disaster across the region. The storm that hit Nicaragua is a mighty Category 4 hurricane. On Tuesday, had become more of a vast tropical storm by Thursday. This is VOA News. French President Emmanuel Macron says that France is reinforcing its border controls after a series of attacks that hit the country in recent weeks. Macron said Thursday the number of police and troops in charge of border controls will double from 2,400 now to 4,800. He said they will focus on fighting illegal immigration and smuggling activities. Macron added that terrorist actions can actually be led by some people who use migratory flows to threaten the national territory, so we must reinforce our controls. With a surge in coronavirus cases straining health systems in many European countries, Greece has announced a nationwide lockdown in the hopes of stemming a rising tide of patients before its hospitals come under unbearable pressure. The Greek Prime Minister, Kyriakos Mitsotakis, said that he acted before infection rates reached the levels seen in many neighboring countries because after years of financial crises that have damaged its health system, it couldn't afford to wait as long to impose restrictions as others have. Red zone lockdown kicked in Thursday in Italy. The government announced that 4 regions will be put under red zone lockdown starting Friday. Travelers longing for a getaway are asking where it's safe to stay during the pandemic. Correspondent Jennifer King.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention makes it clear that staying home is the best way to protect yourself against the coronavirus. But if you do plan to travel during the pandemic, the agency says getting a rental home is safer than staying with friends or family or at a hotel. A rental makes it easier to limit contact with people who aren't from your household. Many rental companies are offering enhanced cleaning and a buffer period between guests. They also have more access to fresh air than a typical hotel room. If you do stay at a hotel, you can check to see what safety steps they're taking. Experts suggest avoiding common areas and taking the stairs instead of the elevator if you can. You can ask for a pause on housekeeping services and use disinfectant wipes to clean surfaces that are most touched, like light switches and faucets. According to the CDC, the riskiest option is a hostel or other dorm-like lodging with shared sleeping areas. I'm Jennifer King.
Kosovo President Hashim Thaçi resigned with immediate effect Thursday after learning that a war crimes tribunal had confirmed his indictment for war crimes. In June, special prosecutors office dealing with Kosovo's 1998 and 99 uprisings against Serbian rule indicted Thaçi for alleged war crimes and crimes against humanity, including nearly 100 murders he denies any wrongdoing. An estimated 10,000 people died during the 1998-99 war, the Greek majority of them ethnic Albanians. More at voanews.com. Via remote, I'm Tommy McNeil, VOA News.
Good morning, Africa. Welcome to Daybreak Africa from the Voice of America. James Barty in Washington. Today is Friday, November 6th. Thank you. Some of the stories we are covering. Malawi's president demands the school exams or after exams leakage. Whatever the motives, this is clearly a deliberate act occasioned by elements of criminality, impunity, and negligence that cannot be allowed to continue. A new book examines jihadists activity in the Sahel region. South Africans react to the U.S. election, and the rights group criticizes Uganda's security forces for excessive force against civilians.
The elections in Uganda have been characteristic of such brutal attacks on journalists who are supposed to be the messengers. So we are calling on the Electoral Commission to assert its powers and come out strongly against acts that are meted out on journalists that are doing their professional work.
And all the Nigerian girls like to remain in school amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Those stories of Samson O'Malley's report are coming up on Daybreak Africa. Malawi's president, has called for the dismissal of the National Examinations Board after end-of-the-year school exams were leaked on social media. The leak forced the cancellation of national exams and led to clashes earlier this week between angry students and police who used tear gas to disperse the protest. Lamek Masina reports from Black Isle.
In a national address Thursday, Malawi President Cheaptoyman said top managers of the examinations board should be fired for allowing the test to be leaked. He spoke a day after the Minister of Education cancelled the Malawi School Certificate Examinations, or MSCE, which started October 27. The MSCE are final examinations for learners in Malawi secondary schools, which prepares them for the next level of their education. President Cheaptoyman said the examination leakage proved the incompetence of the Malawi National Examination Board, which administers the exams.
To have several secondary school exam papers leaked and the education of hundreds of thousands of students thrown off course is simply unacceptable. Whatever the motives, this is clearly a deliberate act occasioned by elements of criminality, impunity, and negligence that cannot be allowed to continue.
Police arrested 38 students and 3 teachers Tuesday from various secondary schools in connection with the leakage of 6 examination papers that were shared through social media. And the executive director of the examinations board, Gerard Shiwunda, told a news conference Wednesday the leakage might have originated from his office and the matter was being investigated.
Even as we speak now, examinations for Geography 1 and Geography 2 have not moved from the district center point to the additional center in that district. We have not. Those were going to be moved on Saturday or Sunday. So if that examination has leaked, then where else do you point the finger at that? It is money.
President Cheaptoyman announced several measures aimed at clearing up the mess. These include a one-week deadline for the Minister of Education to identify and discipline people who allowed the leakage to happen.
I'm therefore giving the Malawi National Examination Board until the end of this month to remove the top management of MANEC on account of this gross failure and replace it with a new team that will conduct the most credible examinations that Malawi has ever had, which must be done no later than January.